This is just an excerpt from a full episode. If you enjoyed what you hear here, go check out other full episodes, either on YouTube or as part of the podcast feed. Enjoy! Let's start off with kicking people while they're locked down news. Reality show star and Senator Pauline Hanson had a unique idea during the recent Melbourne Tower lockdown. She sent the imprisoned quarantiners One Nation stubby holders. The Sydney Morning Herald and Age reported that the stubby holders pictured Hanson with the words, "I've got the guts to say what you're thinking," the slogan that she has taken to describe her almost juggernaut approach to making unsightly public statements. Just put your head down and run in a straight line. The stubby holders were reportedly accompanied by a note that said, "No hard feelings," a reference to the fact that earlier that week, Hanson had made inflammatory and widely condemned remarks labelling the tenants drug addicts and alcoholics. So she probably thought she was doing them a favour with the stubby holder, really. Word is, the next mail package she's going to send will contain a One Nation branded rubber tube and needle. However, a debate has broken out, unsurprisingly, not over the ridiculousness of the choice, but about the 114 parcels being intercepted by the council while it was managing the week-long lockdown of some 3,000 people. The major consequence of this being now the group noun for quarantined persons is a suppression of quarantinis. Officials overseeing the distribution of food, medical supplies and mail at Canning Street, North Melbourne, opened one parcel addressed to the householder of an unoccupied flat and decided against distributing the stubby holders, saying the paraphernalia would inflame what was already an emotional tinderbox within the tower. Emotional tinderbox is the slogan that One Nation is testing for the next election. However, Auspost Chief Executive Christine Holgate threatened to call police unless the City of Melbourne delivered more than 100 of Pauline Hanson's One Nation branded stubby holders to every apartment. I am sure they didn't need to call the police as they were right outside the building the whole time. And let's be honest, this probably has absolutely nothing to do with the fact that at the same time Australia Post was attempting to win over One Nation's vote to ensure a temporary relaxation in daily postal services. Couldn't be anything to do with that, I'm sure. I can't see how these things would be in any way related. Politics isn't some sort of cesspool of backs scratched, monies exchanged and favours owed. The statement by Australia Post claims Australia Post takes its obligation to deliver mail as addressed seriously, which, given I had a delivery go to Canada before arriving in my home in Australia, I seriously question their commitment. Liberal Party councillor Philip Lee Lu says Melbourne tenants should have a choice over receiving distressing mail from Pauline Hanson. Also read, any mail from Pauline Hanson. I would extend that to include interviews, public statements, publicity stunts, and reality TV appearances. The only distressing news these guys should be receiving is his party's decision to cut their pandemic support payment, and that is entirely a Liberal Party piece of mail. Councillor Philip Lee Lu applauded the decision to provide a barrier between the mail and the residents, given its potential to cause distress and traumatise the tenants. But Lee Lu said he warned the council it was wrong not to give the residents a choice over whether to receive mail. As such, he will be providing tenants with stickers which will proclaim "No racist propaganda" or "Yes racist propaganda" to put on their mailbox. Lee Lu said, "We should have said, we believe this is distressing content in here," and notified them. As the buildings were on strict lockdown, with nearly nobody going in or out of the building, and social distancing measures combined with masks make communication a little hard. After all, it is hard to hear clearly when a cop is shouting at you to stand back or they will shoot you like a rabid bear or a freshly turned zombie when they're wearing a mask. I guess maybe a sticker that clearly labelled the materials "not safe for a mental health breakdown" would have diffused tensions. Lilu went on to proclaim, "It should have been for the residents to decide, not council to decide," which reminds me of the go-to defence of online trolls and racists, the "if you don't like it, don't read it." leaving, as always, the hanging question, how could I know if I don't like it unless I read it first? Unless you want me to draw a broad stroke over you and your posts, painting them with a broad brush of racist, uninformed, misleading, and propaganda. The four horsemen of the internet. But your memes seem to shout a lot about needing to do research or open my mind, and by closing my mind to your posts, you come across as philosophically inconsistent. Surely, you would want me to modify an old gem, never judge a meme by its sharer. Or, give memes a chance. It's as backwards as the statements it's being used to defend.